Okay, Chem 155. This is a video on how to download the crystal violet data from Canvas and get it into your template for the crystal violet report. So this is the Chem 155 page on Canvas, and I've navigated to Files, and from here we want to go to Lab and to crystal violet, and let's find a file that we want to use. I'll pick today for today's date. Let's pick on bow, and there's cvexp.csv. I'm going to download this file just so and save it. Okay, now when I go back to Excel here, this is the template. I'm going to open a new file and I'm going to go File, Open, and I have to use the Browse option. Go to the desktop. I have to set the text files selector to be text files PRN TXT CSV. Okay, so when I do that, it will limit what it shows me to these files that I have just uploaded, and hopefully it will show me Bow's file here, cvexp.csv. I'm going to open that guy, and here there's a flag to say if I want to save this data, I need to change the format. I don't actually want to save it. I'm just going to get the data on the crystal violet, and I'm going to cut it right out here. So I'm going to go over, I'm going to highlight here. This is wavelength and absorbance for the QVAT plus CV versus, should say versus water, or if not, then there's a little mistake there. And I'm going to, the way I do this is I hold the Shift key down, I put the cursor on the first number that I want to copy. I hold the Shift key, I go right, 1, and then I hold the Control key, and I go down, right, all the while holding Shift, right? So once I get that all selected, I go Control C. I'll put this aside. Then I'm going to come over here to the target in Excel here, and I'm going to say Control V, right? This is wavelength, absorbance, and now I need a new column for epsilon. Now, epsilon does make a spectrum because at every wavelength, there's a new absorptivity. So what is epsilon? Well, epsilon is equal to A over B, right? Oops, actually I don't want that B. I want a different B. I want B dot 0, right? Because I don't want this to change. And then C dot 0, right? I want or C dot F. I need this to be the final concentration, right? Because this is the absorbance of the final concentration. So there we go. A large negative number, but that's okay. This is just a fluctuation around baseline. If I go to the right-hand corner, lower right-hand corner, and double-click, then this will propagate down. Okay. Now, here we can look over here on this graph, and it's actually already come out just perfectly. If it's not, then we can modify it by selecting the folder, going up to Chart Design, and select data. And then you can edit this series. And what you'll do is you'll select this guy for X and come over here, come up to the top, click on that cell for the wavelength, the X value, go Shift, Control, and arrow down, enter. Right. Then for Y, we're going to come over here and we're going to click on this guy, go Shift, Control, arrow down, and enter, and OK, and OK. And let's see how this guy looks. This should look perfect. Oops, perfectly fine here. And here's our spectrum. And this peak epsilon value looks like it's about 66,298. So anyhow, that's how you do this part right here. All right. Thanks a lot, guys, and good luck with your reports.